नमस्कार, हाउ यू? बढ़िया। तो आज सुबह मैं पार्लियामेंट गया और मैंने स्पीकर से कहा कि मैं पार्लियामेंट में बोलना चाहता हूं, अपनी बात रखना चाहता हूं। सरकार के शायद चार मंत्रियों ने मेरे ऊपर आरोप लगाया है, हाउस में आरोप लगाया है। तो मेरा हक है कि मुझे पार्लियामेंट हाउस में अपनी बात रखनी देनी चाहिए। क्लैरिटी नहीं है, मगर मुझे नहीं लगता है कि मुझे बोलने देंगे। मैं होपफुल हूं कि कल मुझे बोलने दें। आज 1 मिनट के अंदर, मेरे आने के बाद 1 मिनट के अंदर उन्होंने हाउस को अडजर्न कर दिया। होपफुल हूं कि शायद कल मुझे बोलने दें, क्योंकि मैं अपनी बात रखना चाहता हूं, मगर पक्का नहीं मालूम। आइडिया ये है कि जो मैंने भाषण कुछ दिन पहले पार्लियामेंट हाउस में दिया अदानी जी के बारे में, और जो नरेंद्र मोदी जी और अदानी जी का रिश्ता है उसके बारे में मैंने सवाल पूछे। उस भाषण को पार्लियामेंट हाउस में पूरा एक्सपंज कर दिया गया, और उस भाषण में ऐसी कोई चीज नहीं थी जो पब्लिक रिकॉर्ड से मैंने नहीं निकाली। अखबारों से, लोगों की स्टेटमेंट से मैंने पूरा भाषण डेवलप किया था और उसको एक्सपंज कर दिया गया। ये पूरा मामला डिस्ट्रैक्ट करने का मामला है। सरकार और प्रधानमंत्री जो अदानी जी का मुद्दा है उससे डरे हुए हैं, और इसीलिए उन्होंने ये पूरा तमाशा प्रिपेयर किया है। और मुझे लगता है कि वो मुझे पार्लियामेंट हाउस में नहीं बोलने देंगे, क्योंकि जो मेन सवाल है वो अभी भी टेबल पे है। अदानी जी और प्रधानमंत्री का रिश्ता क्या है? जो डिफेंस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स अदानी जी को दिए जा रहे हैं वो क्यों दिए जा रहे हैं? जो श्रीलंका में, बांग्लादेश में बात हुई है वो क्यों हुई, किसने की? ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जो प्रधानमंत्री जी और स्टेट बैंक के चेयरमैन और अदानी जी के साथ जो मीटिंग हुई वो क्यों हुई, उसमें क्या डिस्कस हुआ? तो ये सब सवाल हैं जो प्रधानमंत्री जिसके जवाब नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, और ये मेन बात है। मैं एमपी हूं, तो मेरी पहली रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पार्लियामेंट में जवाब देने की है, और मैं चाहता हूं कि पार्लियामेंट में जवाब देने के बाद मैं आपके साथ डिटेल में डिस्कशन करूं। मगर उससे पहले मैं डिटेल में आपके साथ नहीं जाना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि वो एज एन एमपी वो हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म है। आई विल से इट इन इंग्लिश। I went to Parliament this morning with the idea of putting what I have said or what I feel on the floor of the House. 4 ministers have raised allegations against me in Parliament House. It is my right to be allowed to speak on the floor of the House. I requested the Speaker today. I went to his chambers and I requested him, and I said, look, I would very much like to speak. I told him that people from the BJP have made allegations against me, and as a member of parliament, it is my right to speak. He was non-committal. In his way, he smiled. But I'm hopeful that I will be allowed to speak tomorrow. What is going on here? This story started the day I gave my speech in Parliament about Mr. Adani. And I asked some fundamental questions to the Prime Minister about his relationship with the businessman, about how Mr. Adani has been given pretty much the entire India-Israel defense relationship, how he's been given the Bombay airport, other airports, how rules have been changed to allow him to be given these things. What happened in Australia between the Prime Minister, Mr. Adani, and the Chairman of the State Bank, and one of the Chief Ministers of one of the states in Australia. That's a picture that is visible to everybody. Why is the Prime Minister of India sitting with the State Bank Chairman and Mr. Adani and an Australian leader? What is he discussing, and why after that discussion is almost $1 billion pledged by the State Bank to Mr. Adani? What was said in Sri Lanka? Why Mr. Rajapaksa, a person has made a statement saying Mr. Rajapaksa told him that Mr. Adani was given the contract and it was basically Mr. Modi who told him. The same in Bangladesh. So these are relevant questions. And the whole idea is that these questions must not be on the table. And that is why this whole exercise of 4 or 5 ministers, the Prime Minister giving a speech to distract from this fundamental question, which is what is the relationship between the Prime Minister of India and Mr. Adani and his companies, and more importantly, whose money is in these shell companies? Who is this unknown person whose money is in these shell companies? What is his relationship with Mr. Adani? These are the questions. I would like to go into the details with you. Unfortunately, I'm a member of Parliament and I'm hopeful that I will be allowed to speak in Parliament. So I would like to first place my statement on the floor of the House, and then after that I'll be happy to have whatever discussion you want with me.
Unfortunately, I'm a member of Parliament. You can make a joke saying that unfortunately for you, but unfortunately for you. 8 minutes, please.
See, I want to make it clear. Unfortunately, I'm a member of Parliament, and as the allegation has been made in Parliament by 4 ministers, it is my right to have the opportunity. It's my democratic right. So if Indian democracy was functioning, I would be able to say my piece in Parliament. So,
please, let him finish.
So actually what you are seeing is a test of Indian democracy. After 4 leaders of the BJP have made an allegation about a member of Parliament, is that member of Parliament going to be given the same space that those 4 ministers have been given, or is he going to be told to shut up? That's what the real question in front of this country is right now. So,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
First reaction coming in from Rahul Gandhi after his return from a very eventful UK trip, where day after day in multiple interactions with different sets of people, he has been raising questions around the status of democracy in India. At one level, at one interaction, even seeking some sort of international intervention, although he has later denied, also tried to sort of course correct in later interactions, saying, oh, it is an internal matter. But the first time he did actually say that the democracy is dead in India, and the defenders of democracy, EU and the West, seem to be oblivious about it, and it surprises him why there has been no reaction. And this was the basis of the 4 ministers that Rahul Gandhi was referring to, questioning him and asking for an apology on the floor of the House from the Congress MP. Today, to that, he says that he did meet the Speaker of Lok Sabha. He had asked for time. He thinks he might not be allowed to speak. Today, he hasn't been allowed to speak. Tomorrow, he is hopeful he will get some time. And according to Rahul Gandhi, the idea is not to allow questions on relationship between Modi and Adani group of companies. Also, he asked, where is the money coming from for these companies? Where are the investments? What is the source of investments that are being made in the company? He also says that because the allegations against me have been made on the floor of the Parliament, which is why I would like to first respond on the floor of the Parliament and then speak to media about it. However, that wasn't the criteria when he went about speaking against India on international fora. Even though he continues to remain a Congress MP, even if he leaves the country's borders. He also said towards the end of his speech, almost like a challenge, if democracy was functioning in India, I will be allowed to speak in the parliament. Will I get the same space as the 4 ministers from the ruling dispensation got when they leveled allegations against me? Is his parting shot as he addresses the media today. What is going to happen tomorrow in the Lok Sabha? That is going to be very interesting to watch. But right now we have heard the much anticipated first response from Congress MP Rahul Gandhi. However, there wasn't any hint of any intentions of him backing down on his comments or tendering apology for what he did offshore. Niyamika is now joining me for more details on this. Niyamika, Rahul Gandhi says that today he met the speaker in the Lok Sabha, but he wasn't given the permission to speak. What really happened there? Niyamika, can you hear me? Okay, so that is what Rahul Gandhi had said, that when he met the speaker this morning, the speaker of the Lok Sabha, asking for time to speak on the floor of the House as he wanted to respond to all the allegations that had been leveled against him on multiple occasions, the speaker just smiled. Now, what is the interpretation of that? It is open for anybody to decipher. But right now he says that he is hopeful that tomorrow he will get an opportunity. Remember, both the houses have been adjourned for the day already. So tomorrow, he says, is when he might get an opportunity to speak. However, he insists that there was nothing wrong in what he has been saying when it comes to criticism of various aspects of India, Indian democracy. He had been alleging that the press freedom is under challenge. Constitutional institutions have been captured. Media freedom is not allowed. Even the opposition MPs are not allowed to speak. Their mics are turned down. Let's once again listen in to Rahul Gandhi's first response after coming back from UK.
तो आज सुबह मैं पार्लियामेंट गया और मैंने स्पीकर से कहा कि मैं पार्लियामेंट में बोलना चाहता हूं, अपनी बात रखना चाहता हूं। सरकार के शायद चार मंत्रियों ने मेरे ऊपर आरोप लगाया है, हाउस में आरोप लगाया है, तो मेरा हक है कि मुझे पार्लियामेंट हाउस में अपनी बात रखनी देनी चाहिए। क्लैरिटी नहीं है, मगर मुझे नहीं लगता है कि मुझे बोलने देंगे। मैं होपफुल हूं कि कल मुझे बोलने दें। आज 1 मिनट के अंदर, मेरे आने के बाद 1 मिनट के अंदर उन्होंने हाउस को अडजर्न कर दिया। होपफुल हूं कि शायद कल मुझे बोलने दें, क्योंकि मैं अपनी बात रखना चाहता हूं, मगर पक्का नहीं मालूम। आइडिया ये है कि जो मैंने भाषण